Tell us something about your mother. Because she was wonderful and she worked hard.
And she read a lot.
And she was an honor student in high school. She graduated in Aristar, which was a 5-star organization honor society at the school she went to.
Mm-hmm.
And she graduated with honors. She got married. If she didn't get married, she probably would have gone to college. She was very bright. She was very compassionate. Everybody loves her. Vera and Anna was talking about her when we went to dinner last week. I went to dinner with Anna and Vera.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, invited them up and we went over there.
Good.
She worked hard. She had a bad heart, and she used to go. First supermarket was opened up on Palisade Avenue. Palisade Avenue is quite a distance from Waverly St. She walked over. It's uphill.
Wow.
Both ways. And she would walk over to save a penny down, fruit and groceries and stuff. And many Fridays she would be crying because Papa would gamble away his salary. Come home broke and she had no money. And then there were arguments between her father and, he would mention sometimes about Papa not bringing home the money.
Her father.
Her father. It was his house.
He would argue with your mother, or he would argue with Pop?
Well, no.
She would stay in between her father and Pop.
So Pop didn't get along with her father then.
No.
The politics were.
Yeah.
He was Republican. Pop was Republican.
Right.
And her father was a socialist.
He was Democrat all the way.
Well, look at the difference in politics between him and us.
Yeah.
Did Pop and your mother fight, argue?
No. I never heard them.
I remember one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
One time, Pop pulled the drawer out of the kitchen table. They were arguing about something. I don't remember what it was. He pulled the drawer out of the kitchen table, just and everything flew over. But that I remember vividly.
He did that out of anger?
He was out of anger.
It wasn't so much arguing as to just get angry at each other.
That house was so small, Tom.
Which house was that, Dad?
On Waverly Street,
Yeah.
161 Waverly.
Mm-hmm.
How relative to this house?
Yeah. The size of the kitchen. About from here to there.
So
I
half
don't
the
even
size
think it
of
was
this
that
room.
big, man.
Half the size. Less than half.
Less than half
Wait a
the
minute.
size.
You're saying the house was the size of half
No,
of
no,
the
no,
kitchen?
not
Their
the kitchen.
The kitchen.
Oh,
The kitchen was about
The
1/3.
bedroom that Uncle Vin and I slept in.
Yeah.
That had to be about
You couldn't
8
get
by
up on
8.
the wrong side of the bed
No.
because one side of the bed was the wall.
Was the wall, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
We
remember
didn't
that
have a
one.
closet in there. Papa built a closet in there.
Uh-huh.
And he had to worry about asking for permission to build a closet in there.
Yeah.
And Uncle Paul used to sleep with Grandpa for a while.
Yeah. See, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember any of that.
You don't remember sleeping with Grandpa?
Nope.
Slept in the bed, or he slept
In
in the
Grandpa's
Had a
room.
bed.
In the
Second
same
bed.
bed?
In
Or
the same
second
bed. The
Second
same bed.
He had a small bed in there.
And yeah, I thought it was just a.
I have no recollection of that at
Had
all.
a second bed.
None
It
at all.
must have been.
Right near the door, Tom.
Not that it was bad or anything, I just don't remember it.
We had no shower. Papa had to get permission to put that in.
He built a shower.
Yeah.
Because what? Because their house was rented?
No, because
You Commission put
from-
the plumbing in.
father was living.
Because it was Dellacamera's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There was a tub there, but
No shower.
no shower.
Shower.
It was a tub.
It was a cold water flat.
Yeah.
That means you had no heat.
Oh,
No,
For
heat.
the
no
longest,
central
the
heat.
longest time, the kitchen stove was wood stove.
And that was the only heat that in the whole house?
You had a gas burner.
Had a gas burner in the
Like
living
a
room.
gas burner at the end of this hall. And
Okay.
the stove in the kitchen was the only heat.
And then it was
there.
like between the living room and the dining room, there was like a two-way fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the
it had-
picture that you took when we when I was in the
Yeah.
army.
Yeah.
I got it on folder.
But that-
My recollection of my mother was a comfortable one. I don't ever remember having an argument. I don't ever remember her hitting me. I don't ever remember her really scolding me a lot.
Yeah.
It was just a comfortable atmosphere.
Yeah.
Just a very comfortable atmosphere. I don't even remember Pop giving me a hard time with anything. I mean, they maybe because they were older,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I never remember him giving me a hard time.
So how about for you guys? How about your mother? How did your mother deal with you?
Gently.
Gently.
She used to bug me all the time about not doing enough work in school. My attitude to school was terrible. I didn't ever take a book home.
Oh, really?
You didn't what?
And you,
Never
and
took-
you can't
Did you
became
get
a teacher.
hit?
No.
No.
We never.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
We were threatened.
Mom used to beat me
By
with
your
the
mother?
strap. By my mother.
Your mother beat you with a strap?
Right. She used to chase me around.
I never had
We were
that.
chased
living
you
upstairs. Yeah. This is right after when we were very young. And she had all this responsibility. And we lived upstairs. And I used to bug her all the time.
Well, maybe she lost it.
Yeah, she lost the temper a number of times.
So you had it coming.
She chased it, yeah. She chased me one time, I fell down the steps. Remember there was 2 steps, one down this way and then there.
Yeah.
The other way. I went down both of them. Rolling over. Running away from her. She tied me to the bedpost one time. I beat me with the strap.
What? She tied you to the bedpost and
And
beat you with the strap.
Right.
Wow, this
I used
is
to run under the table.
She's not the woman I knew.
not the saint that we heard about.
Well, she wasn't the woman you knew at the time.
Well, maybe when I was
She
born.
was a frustrated young lady
Yeah.
who had all these responsibilities, and I'm
Right,
a little kid
yeah,
giving her a pain in the
sure.
ear.
About how old were you? About how old?
About 3 or 4.
Okay.
She probably mellowed too.
Sure she did. She got, that's when she was just starting out. And her mother died.
Yeah.
And I remember her mother.
Well, that's right, because her mother died when she was about, what, 19, 20, 21 maybe?
So it was like 4 or 5 years old, or 3 or 4 years old. And I was a pain in the ass. I was a little kid.
Uh-huh. How about you, Dad? How'd your mom treat you?
Good. I saw how Uncle Vin got her riled up, so I didn't do it. Pop used to have a strap that he put up on top of the door, above the frame. And he used to let it, and sometimes when we were bad, he'd just point to it. And we
Jeez,
stopped.
was a different guy that I knew.
Yeah, well, you were the spoiled brat.
Yeah.
Was he the
Well,
spoiled? Was
this
he
was
spoiled?
this wasn't a belt.
Yeah.
This was a piece of leather,
Razor strap.
about
Whoa.
a
Kind of
quarter
barber.
inch thick.
Yeah, the
Put it up
barber
there.
strap.
Well, maybe Pop knew that he was going to end up living with you, Uncle Paul, so he treated you better.
Maybe, I don't know.
You
was-
were a blessing.
Well, it was a big difference in age.
Yeah, there was a
Oh,
big gap.
sure.
Big gap. I
And
mean,
They melted.
I didn't even know them. I mean, growing up.
No.
Well, yeah.
Is that,
how
why,
old?
is that why you don't like
I
them
mean,
now?
when I was 1, he was 11.
Is that why you don't like them now? Is that what your anger's all about?
When it
And,
was 10,
and your
I was
father was 9.
Yeah.
First of all, my mother wasn't supposed to have any children. Had a bad heart. You know?
Oh, because of her
My
heart?
heart was so bad.
They,
The doctor
told her
said no more children. All
uh-huh.
we knew was finally she got pregnant with Uncle Paul.
Oh, and she gave
Gave
birth
birth.
to a boy, and everybody loved him. He was like an old toy for a while.
Wow.
But she was not supposed to have any children.
So he was in a different category. And we were all older,
Yeah,
and
sure.
we could help her quite a bit.
Right. Plus, you were
then-
living on June Street at this point, right?
And
No,
then
oh,
when we got to be
No,
older,
no.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I
Okay.
moved to June Street when I was 13.
Right,
so
so
that
that was
was
in
in,
Oh, right. Okay.
52.
So you really grew up your childhood years around
54,
here.
53.
Yeah, until I was 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Wow.
have you guys always gotten along?
Yeah.
What, you mean the 3 of us?
Yeah.
We never had any problems.
I mean, no arguments.
You see, I think that was a tribute to Mama.
Yeah.
And Pop too. I mean, with all due respect,
Yeah. Right.
that we got along.
Papa was a lot of talk, but
Yeah, but he never bothered you. I mean, he never
No.
criticized you.
No.
He never praised you.
No.
That's for sure.
Yeah, well,
you
you,
got praise.
I got new,
Never
I
any
got,
praise.
I got news for you. You guys inherited that.
You're talking about you praise you more than I praise anybody.
Dad, hey, Dad, you've never told me
Whoa.
once that you're proud of me.
Is that
Once,
pizza?
ever.
Are you kidding?
33 years.
You're lying. You're lying.
3 years. You've never
lying.
said it.
Should I call
I
for
never
pizza
called you a liar
again?
either, but you're calling you a liar now.
You never.
I'll tell you something about Pop too. He lived with us all those years. He never had an argument with Aunt Terry.
Now that's something.
Not once.
That's something.
I used to argue with him all the time.
Yeah.
But it was always arguing, like you argued and that was it.
Sure.
It was never carried on further than that. But he never had an argument with her. Not once.
Wow.
Now that's going some.
Yeah. Because you and Pop were together for
Almost all my whole marriage.
yeah, like yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Is he conscious? Do you think that's why he never argued with Aunt Terry? That he was very conscious that that he didn't want to be a burden on you guys. And
You know why? Because he had that set up
Right.
when he was married with his in-laws.
Yeah, they're
So
at
I think deep down he
Sure.
probably
He didn't want to make it.
didn't want to,
Wow.
and he never did. He never, he always stayed in his own space. He never.
Did you guys ever think of moving out?
You mean from June Street? At the time, I was happy there. I mean, it didn't.
That was fine.
It was fine with me
Yeah.
until it got a little noisy there, and I didn't like what was happening in the neighborhood.
Oh, the neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah, then I
But
decided-
you all moved.
Right then.
Right.
It was a relationship
No, but
that,
they moved a lot much.
that
sooner.
Uncle Paul had with Pop that none of us had.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Because
another.
from when he was a kid,
Wow.
Right.
in the golf range, and he
Yeah.
took him under his wing, and
Yeah, right. And I think he mellowed too. I mean, he.
Oh, yeah.
How many
Right.
fathers and sons would have the experience that those two had?
Yeah, sure.
Very few.
Sure.
Especially the golf range. That was.
Now, did he take, now you said he mellowed a little bit. Later, he went from job to job, job to job. Then he got the job with the
With
state.
the state. Yeah.
And he,
Retired.
what about his gambling? Did his gambling
No,
stop
he
at that
stopped.
time?
He stopped. He didn't gamble.
too? Okay, so a lot of it, so his
I don't ever
mellowing.
remember him gambling. They remember it.
He owned the pool room for a while.
Right, right.
That had to be.
The horses he did a lot when he was younger.
I don't remember him doing that at
He
all.
was in big debt.
it was kept quiet.
Yeah, maybe he was doing it and I just didn't know about it.
Everybody who lived through the Depression, he got involved in gambling or something, like playing lotto, it wasn't a lotto,
The numbers.
anything.
Yeah, they're looking for
A
the
big hit.
rainbow.
Yeah, right. Well, just like today. But now, Pop, I always teased him about the numbers. Did he ever run the numbers? He never ran.
No.
No, no.
Right,
Played the
no.
numbers.
Well, no,
He
he
ran
played
the
horses.
numbers.
He played the numbers.
He ran the numbers.
He ran them too.
When he had the diner on South
Oh, yeah,
Broadway.
right,
He ran numbers?
He denied
Yeah, he
that.
ran numbers.
He denied it up and down.
No, he ran numbers.
Really?
Yeah, I bugged
If
him.
somebody call on the phone, he'd get up on the phone and say, wait a minute, I'll get my pencil.
This was at your house or at the
At the
restaurant?
At the
restaurant.
restaurant.
What is that? Is it running numbers is like just an informal kind of lottery, right?
That was illegal.
It was illegal.
Gambling.
Right. But it's basically a lottery.
I can't figure out why
Yeah.
they make it illegal, because the state wasn't getting revenue?
Right.
They wanted their cut.
And you remember Mama going down there and washing dishes?
No.
You remember
Going down where?
The
The
diner.
restaurant. He had that for a year, right? During the
During
war.
the war.
It was right at the end of the war.
If I need.
Oh, I
Right
know,
at the end
I
of the
know,
war.
Wait a
I
minute,
know.
wait a minute.
It was,
Because I remember Uncle Tony telling me.
Yeah.
I think
he
it was.
worked for a long time.
What was that then?
Sounds
He
like
didn't like the work.
run away from work. But he was there, he owned the diner when the Second World War ended. The reason I know that is because when the war was over, his was the only place you can get a bite to eat.
So he had to have it right at the end of the war.
Because he had the connections
So
down.
that's in 45, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was only 6.
and he just kept selling things until he was out of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Before that,
Because he paid off the guys down at the dock to get the meat, right? That's what he told
probably
us.
did.
I mean, that's the only way
that
he
was his lifestyle even before the war, before he owned that diner. He used to go to the diner every morning.
So
Every morning.
he ended up buying one.
Yeah, he always wanted to buy one. He tried a toy store.
That's why you like the diner so much.
Toy
Chris.
store.
Yeah, toy store. Down at
At
Barham
Christmas
Park Lane.
time,
He
Christmas time,
He had
yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Huh.
I worked in his toy store.
Really? I
at
never heard
Christmas
that.
time, he rented this place out, and he got all these toys.
Where'd he get the toys?
He bought it.
Some
downtown.
Somebody
Bought it
had some
downtown.
connection
Yeah.
someplace.
Yeah, so,
Really?
you had a little get up and go when it came to that stuff.
Yeah.
No, not too many of those people in that area did what he did.
You think Pop was a dreamer?
Probably.
You know? I mean, to do all those different things? He was
Or was it more that he was,
undisciplined.
no,
Looking for a score.
always on this, always trying to find the next score, not find the next big opportunity
Yeah.
or.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
What other
He was
job?
industrious.
He was a
wanted
carpenter
little-
for a while.
little more for himself.
Pop was a
Yeah,
carpenter?
he was
Yeah.
construction. He had a construction company,
No, he never had a company.
and
He worked
he was freelance carpenter.
Okay.
as a carpenter during the war over in Jersey
But then he did some freelance work, didn't he?
on his own.